Let's start with verse 34, Matthew 5:34. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne. Verse 35, Matthew 5:35. Nor by the earth, for it is his footstool. Neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. So here we see that Satan said, I'm going to sit in control in the south and north. The south and north of the city of the great king. And now the Bible tells us that the city of the great king is Jerusalem. So what is Satan saying? He says, I'm going to sit in control in Jerusalem. He says, I'm going to control the whole world from Jerusalem. I'm going to defeat you, God. Now watch it now. Let's go to the screen. Let's go back to the screen. Let's tie what we just read in the Bible to what's going to actually happen. What does the prophet say? She says, as America, the land of religious liberty, shall unite with the papacy, enforcing the conscience and compelling men to honor the false Sabbath, the people of every nation, of every country rather, on the globe will be led to follow her example. How many countries are there? There's 196. And she just tells us that when America passes a son of law, all 196 countries in the world will do the same thing. They will pass a son of law. Now, we know that all the countries are going to be bound together in this effort to fix this moral issue of climate change, climate control. It's affecting them. It's causing tornadoes. It's causing hurricanes. It's causing famines. It's causing everything. Their financial situation is bad. So we know they're already bound together in this one issue. Though their political views are totally opposite, but on this one thing, they are bound together. So when America, who is considered a leader in the world and has already joined with the papacy, when America passes a son of law and put teeth in it, then every country on the globe is going to follow suit. Now let's see what's going to be the catalyst that's going to help them to do this. Let's see what is the catalyst. She says, our people are not half awake to do all in their power with the facilities within their reach to extend the message of warning. Now watch what's going to happen. When Satan shows up, he's coming to Jerusalem. You said, Brother Mason, well, that's what we just read. Didn't we just read that from the Bible? He says he's going to sit in control in Jerusalem. He's going to come after the passing of the first son-in-law. He's going to announce that Sunday must be strictly enforced. And now since all the Protestant world believe that the Jews are still God's chosen people, and the Catholics believe that the Jews are still God's chosen people, and they believe, I'm going to put up a book here called The Keys of This Blood. They believe that when Jesus comes the second time, that the Pope is going to meet him in Jerusalem, and that Jesus will give to the Pope the keys to rule the world for 1,000 years. This book is called The Keys of His Blood. What they believe is that that Jesus has given the keys of his blood to the Catholic Church. And whoever the reigning Pope is, he's the one that is to rule the world for 1,000 years. And so they believe that the Pope will meet Jesus in Jerusalem. So when this false Jesus comes, when he comes as Satan, when Satan comes as Jesus, he's going to come to Jerusalem. Now the Jews themselves believe that Jesus has not come the first time. So they're still looking for Jesus to come the first time. So when this false Christ comes to Jerusalem, they're going to accept him as Jesus. And because they're looking for Jesus to come and free them from their enemies, as they were looking for Jesus to come and free them from the Roman yoke. Now they're still looking for Jesus to come, but now it is not the Roman yoke that's all against them. It is all the Palestinians and all those people are against them. So they're looking for Jesus to come and free them, to save them, to destroy their enemies. But Satan shows up as Jesus, and now they have a golden gate. Go to the web and look it up. They have a golden gate over there. They said that Jesus, when the Messiah comes, because see, they have not accepted the historical Messiah that we have, Jesus. So they said when the Messiah comes, he will come through this golden gate. So when Satan shows up as Jesus, where do you think he's going? He's going to Jerusalem. Are you with me, saints? Look at the screen. When he comes, he's coming to Jerusalem. And you just read it from the Bible. The Bible says, starting in Isaiah 14, 12, 14, 15, 16, Psalms 48:2, and Matthew 5:35, he's going to sit in control in Jerusalem. So when he shows up in Jerusalem as the Messiah, the Protestant world will accept him as the Messiah. The Catholic Church will accept him as the Messiah, brothers and sisters. And now, and the miracles and things that he's going to do, that he's doing will bring the whole world into harmony. But watch what something else is going to happen. Something else is going to happen. This is the Antichrist. But watch what the prophet says. She says, as we near the close of time, there will be greater and still greater external parades of heathen power. Heathen deities will manifest their signal power. Heathen deities, what is a heathen deity? Buddha is a heathen deity. Mohammed is a heathen deity. Maitreya is a heathen deity. All these false gods, all these other 4 billion or 5 billion people out there that are not Christian, that the things that they worship are heathen deities. So watch. She says, as we near the close of time, there will be greater and still greater external parade of heathen power. Heathen deities will manifest their signal power and will exhibit themselves before the cities of the world. So when Satan comes as Jesus, he's going to bring heathen deities with him, which will be just fallen angels. And they're going to come as Buddha. They're going to come as Mohammed. They're going to come as Vishnu, of the Indian god. They're going to come as Maitreya. So they're going to come with him. And they're going to tell their believers. They're going to tell the Chinese, Buddha going to tell the Chinese, look, we're all together in heaven. But Mohammed is going to say, listen, we're all together in heaven. Yes, the day of worship has been changed from Saturday to Sunday. This too is going to say the same thing. So this is spiritualism. The prophet says that spiritualism is going to be the super glue that's going to bring all of this together, saints. This is the super glue. So when Satan shows up as Jesus after the first Sunday law, he goes to Jerusalem. He proclaims that he is Jesus. The Protestant world believes that the Jews are still God's chosen people, so they're going to really accept this, the miracles that he will do, all the false heathen deities that will come with him, and the Jews going to accept him, and this is going to bring the whole world together. But there's going to be a little group of people called Seventh-day Adventists, which is called the Church Triumphant at this time, that will not go along with any of this. Brothers and sisters, now remember, this is between the first and the second Sunday law. Now the second Sunday law is passed and teeth is put into it. Let's go a little bit further now. I hope you're on page with me. I have a little time left here. All right, let's look at one other thing that's going to happen. One other thing that's going to happen. When the first Sunday law is passed, Matthew 25. Let's go there right quick. My time is getting away. Let's go to Matthew 25 right quick. Matthew 25. The Bible says, Matthew 25 verses 1, the Bible says, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps, meaning they took their Bibles. They took their Bibles, but they took no oil. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. That oil represents the Holy Spirit, which develops character. She tells us in Testimonies of Ministers, page 233, that oil represents character, and character is not transferable. So the oil represents character. It's the Holy Spirit, but the Holy Spirit is what develops our characters. We let the Holy Spirit direct us. All right, watch it now, saint. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight, at the worst time, and at midnight, at the darkest time, and at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go you out to meet him. Saints, put down here Testimonies, volume 5, page 451. Put down, that's right, that's it, 451. Write it in your Bible, right beside that. I don't have time to go there, but you'll get it when you get there. Get over it. It says, and then at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. So what we need to know is, what is it? Because we know it's not a literal cry. It's a prophetic event that says, behold, the bridegroom cometh. Now, what is that event, saints? Put down this, I want you to put down something. Put down Great Controversy, 371. Then put down Testimonies, volume 5, page 451. Put them down together. Read them both now. 371 says, though no man that knoweth the day or the hour, we are instructed and required to know when his coming is near. And then then you go over to Testimonies, volume 5, page 451, and see what's going to happen to let us know when it's near. And I'm going to tell you, but I want you to go study it out for yourself too. I'm going to tell you, when the Sunday law passes, when that first Sunday law passes, Brothers and sisters, that's the voice at midnight that says, behold, the bridegroom coming. When that first Sunday law passes, the whole Seventh-day Adventist church all of a sudden going to wake up. The terror's going to even say, look, oh, this thing is real. Now, they're going to run to the wise virgins. They're going to say, give us of your oil. Let's have some Bible studies. Where's those DVDs you have? They're going to come searching now. And now what they're asking for, they say, look, give us your character. You've been eating like this for so long. You moved out of the city, moved into the country. You don't strike back. You've been praying. You have agonized your character. There's a glow around you. They see something different about you. You dress different. You don't eat. You don't listen to the same music. You ain't involved in none of that. And they're going to come searching you out. Give us of your character. Please give us. How do we do this? And the wise said, not so. Lest there not be enough for us, but they say, go and buy from him that selleth. Well, where is he selling? Now, if you read your newsletter, brothers and sisters, you'll be on top of this, because column 1 talks about this very thing. He is selling in Revelation. He says, I counsel thee to buy me gold tried in the fire, white raiment that thou mayest be clothed, eyes as thou mayest see. Thou do not recognize that thou art wretched and miserable and blind and naked. Now, saints, they go and try to buy, because look what it says. It says, then, verse 7, then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there not be enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Put down Testimonies, volume 9, page 97. Because once the son-in-law passes, brothers and sisters, it's too late to get that oil for Seventh-day Adventist. It's too late. I don't have time to get into it right now, but you go read it. Now, so, saints, get the point now. When the first son-in-law passes, this is something else. Besides Satan showing up, this is what else is going to happen. The voice at midnight. The voice at midnight, because once this son-in-law passes, that is the prophetic voice that says, behold, the bridegroom comes. In other words, the first son-in-law solidifies that what we've been preaching is the truth. It solidifies that Ellen G. White is a true prophet. Are you hearing me, brothers and sisters? It's going to solidify all these things that we're talking about right now. It's going to prove it. It's going to solidify Revelation 13, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's going to solidify it. So the first son-in-law is going to be the voice at midnight that says, behold, the bridegroom coming. In other words, this thing is over. And we are right at that time. What we're seeing happening right now, we are right up. It's right upon us. Now watch it. I gotta run. Gotta hurry. Look here, saying, behold, the bridegroom cometh. And when that happens, the whole church wakes up, because the 10 virgin parable is applicable to the Seventh-day Adventist church and the Seventh-day Adventist church only. And so the whole church wakes up. And now the foolish virgins say, give us of your oil. The wise says, not so. Go and buy from him that selleth. But Jesus is no longer selling at this time to Seventh-day Adventists. He is now ready to put his team. In other words, the trials are over. I mean, you know, when you go out to trial for a team, the trial period is over. God now has a group that are ready to stand true. God now has a group that has been agonizing and pleading and developing their character. And they are now ready to receive the seal of God, because they will not yield to this power to be. And as a result of not yielding, brothers and sisters, they receive the seal of God, which qualifies them to receive the latter rain, which empowers them to give the loud cry. And they go forth and give that loud cry to 196 countries. Whether they be Christians or heathens or whatever, they're going to hear this message. The whole earth will be lightened with the glory of God. Look at this thing, see. She says, the coming of Christ as our high priest to the most holy place for the cleansing of the sanctuary, brought to view in Daniel 8:14. The coming of the Son of Man to the Ancient of Days as presented in Daniel 7:13, and the coming of the Lord to his temple foretold by Malachi are descriptions of the same event. And this is also represented by the coming of the bridegroom to the marriage described by Christ in the parable of the 10 virgins. Now, I don't have time to elaborate on this because my time is about up. About 2 or 3 minutes, I got to go. But saints, we are here. So this first son-in-law is going to wake up the whole church. But it's too late. It's too late. See, at this time, when you're taking a test, when you get in there, I remember when we was in school, the teachers were they were nice to us, but on test day they were very grim. They didn't smile. They came by and you didn't have nothing on your desk. They put that paper down. And that was your test. Too late to study. You already got to be there. And brothers and sisters, you had to now go with what you had already done before. It had to come out of that head and go on that paper. If it wasn't there, it couldn't go down there. So brothers and sisters, when the son-in-law passes, it's too late to study. Too late to get a relationship. You must already have the relationship. It's test time. Are you with me, saints? So when that first son-in-law passes, it's too late to get your life right. It must already be right. And that's reading this handout right here. I saw some with strong faith and agonizing cries pleading with God. It's time to get ready for the test right now, because the test is coming, saints, and you must be prepared when the test. You can't get ready when the son-in-law passes. You must already be ready. Are you with me, brothers and sisters? So look, and my time is up. Look here. You got to go quickly now. She says, now is the time. Listen to this, brothers and sisters. Now is the time to entreat that souls shall not only hear the word of God, but without delay secure oil in their vessels with their lamps. That oil is the righteousness of Christ. It represents character, and character is not transferable. No man can secure it for another. Each must obtain for himself a character purified from every stain of sin. I'm running real quick. Brothers and sisters, in Ezekiel chapter 9, she says, I saw 6 men with slaughter weapons in their hand. One man among them had a writer's inkhorn by his side. It says, they went in and stood by the brazen altar. The voice of God says, go ye through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon all those that sigh and cry for all the abomination that be done therein. One man among them was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side, and they went in and stood beside the brazen altar. She tells us in Testimonies, volume 3, page 266 to 267, that this is the sealing angel. I'm going to put it up here. She says, the true people of God, and I can't read all of it, I don't have time. I'm going to just read this part. She says, this is fourthly set forth by the prophet's illustration of the last work under the figure of the men, each having a slaughter weapon in his hand. One man among them was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. We are here right now. My time is already up. Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, is a depiction of what's taking place right now. Brothers and sisters, the foolish virgins are going to turn their back on the temple. They're going to turn their back on this truth. They're going to give up and keep Sunday. And he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house, and behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men with their backs towards the temple of the Lord, and their faces toward the east, and they worshiped the sun toward the east. There's no remedy at that time, saints. This will be the found thing if you don't get ready now. Sun worship, which is Sunday worship. When that happens, there's no remedy. That's the last act of apostasy. That's the mark of the beast. Enforce Sunday worship. I'm going to have to stop right here. All I can say is, get ready, get ready, get ready. That's all I can say. I was going to do some of that, but I've talked about it before. I'm not going to talk about it now. I'm going to say it again, saints. Get ready, get ready, get ready. As you can see, the son-in-law is upon us. Saints, I don't even know if we have a year left. Get ready, get ready, get ready. I cannot even elaborate. Let me just say this much. The Mark of the Beast series. We are now planning to send this series to as many first-day pastors as we possibly can. This is what I want you to do for me. Let me hurry. Something I want you to do for me. Wherever city you're in, go to your phone books. Get the name of the first-day pastor and his address and send it to me. If it's possible, put it on a label. That will help us because we won't have to take it and type and put it on a label. We're endeavoring by the grace of God to send one of these DVDs to every non-Seventh-day Adventist pastor, every first-day pastor, put it like that, every first-day pastor in the United States starting off. And we need your help. We need you to do that, and then we need you, saints, to help us financially to do this, because we're not going to be charging them. We're going to be sending it to them free. So we need you to help us do this. And then I'm going to tell you this. This will be an excellent a gift, because we're coming up to the holiday season. And saints, this will be an excellent gift to give to your non-believing neighbors, family and friends, work association, whatever. You know the cost is very inexpensive. Only if you buy them in bulk, you get them for as cheap as $7.50 a piece. Of course, they're $10 a piece plus $3 for shipping if you buy one. But if you buy them in bulk, you get them very, very inexpensive. 5-disc series. Saints, we feel that time is so short that we've got to do everything we can in our power to reach as many people as we can. Now, don't worry that when you give this to them, they view it and then they don't come in. No, they're not going to come in just right now. Now, some will come in, but they're coming in at the loud cry. They're going to reflect on what they've already known. We got to get it in their hands. We got to get the great controversy in our hands. Not the great hope, but the great controversy. There's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of things we're planning here at the Ministry Saints, a whole lot of things. Pray for us as we pray for you. Let's band together. Let's have another Pentecost experience. Jesus is coming soon. Father in heaven, in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ, thank you so very much for your mercy, your grace, and your long suffering. Thank you for this message. We pray for those that are viewing this DVD, that they will take it and copy it and put it in the hands of many people that they possibly can. Lord, help us to be a part of that team that will receive the seal of God, which will qualify us to receive the latter rain, which will empower us to give the loud cry and take this gospel to 196 countries worldwide. Unadulterated, uncut, uncensored truth. Thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.